Are you looking for an athletic scholarship? You're in the right place. This is the Recruit Me Athletic Scholarship Podcast, the longest-running podcast on recruiting and athletic scholarships. We're here to help your family navigate the recruiting road all the way to an athletic scholarship. He's a recruiting expert and a dad of 2 college athletes. He has a wealth of experience to share. Here's Recruit Me CEO, Brent Hanks.
Welcome to the historic 350th episode of the Athletic Scholarship Podcast. 350 is a big number, and since the Athletic Scholarship Podcast is the world's longest-running recruiting education podcast, that 350 number shows the dedication toward giving you recruiting information and advice that will change your athletic scholarship future. The Athletic Scholarship Podcast started back in September of 2015 and was introduced and hosted by John Fugler, the founder of the Recruit Me company. Then on October 4th, 2016, John started the weekly 15-minute episodes, and the Athletic Scholarship Podcast has been giving recruiting advice ever since. I am now the host of the Athletic Scholarship Podcast. My name is Brent Hanks, and I bought the Recruit Me company from John in June of 2020. John finished with 203 episodes of the Athletic Scholarship Podcast under his belt. And starting on episode 204, I have hosted or co-hosted ever since. I am honored to be able to continue the tradition and to fill the need for recruiting questions to be answered. In honor of John Fugler, the founder of Recruit Me and the founder and host of the Athletic Scholarship Podcast, I would like you to listen to John's current podcast called Overcoming Performance Christianity and check out John's Fresh Faith 24/7, a movement of believers on a path to freedom from the bondage of performance Christianity. John, here's to you for building a great foundation for recruits, families, and this 350th episode. Today's episode is called A Historic Episode That Makes a Great First Impression, and is a look back to John's original episode number 50. So let's go back 300 episodes to number 50, which was called How to Make a Great First Impression on College Coaches. The episode was published on July 11th, 2017. What is great about the Athletic Scholarship Podcast and the Recruit Me company is that its principles endure the test of time. As COVID, NIL, and the transfer portal have shaken the recruiting world, the basics of building a school list to contact, building a recruiting team, doing research on teams, and like this episode will cover, making a great first impression on college coaches are all foundational to your recruiting journey. When I speak to a school or to an organization about recruiting, I point to a player that's in the audience, and I ask him or her, what is your size? What is your height, your weight? I ask that player if they think that there is another student athlete out there the same size that is wanting his or her spot on a college team. If you are a basketball player, there's another 6'5" player out there, and there's not just one, there's dozens or hundreds of them. If you are a 5'11", 150-pound second baseman, what makes you different than, again, the dozens or hundreds of other recruits and wanting to play college ball? The point is that there is someone out there just like you. So what makes you different? The difference may be that you may be just enough different just by contacting and communicating to a college coach that you are interested in playing for their team at their college. That will separate you from all those hoping that a college coach will just show up and see them play. Back in episode 214, an interview with Neil Stafford, the head coach for the Missouri State men's golf team, Coach Stafford said, quote, "You know, it never hurts to get your name and information out in front of the coach. We're out recruiting for golf mostly during the summer months, but we also do field hundreds of emails, 700 to 1,000 inquiries per class," unquote. Coach Stafford shows you how competitive it is at an NCAA Division I mid-major school for golf. Your sport and your level will vary, but any sport and any level is competitive for spots on a team. One of the main reasons Recruit Me exists is to tell the student athlete not to wait for a coach to find him or her. And as you heard in episode 349 with the Sean Casey story, you have to go on offense in the recruiting game. If Casey didn't contact Richmond University, they may have never known about him. Both of my sons contacted the colleges they ended up playing for. Parker at Northwestern University and Sutton at Columbia College. Northwestern was not out actively seeking a left-handed pitcher from Southwest Missouri. They were seeking a left-handed pitcher that wanted to play for Northwestern and that fit their athletic and academic needs and requirements. So Parker's email impressed them enough to contact his showcase coaches and to drive from north of Chicago to a South Chicago suburb to see Parker pitch 3 innings. Sutton added Columbia College to his school list based on a recommendation from his club coaches, and he emailed Coach Munns with his information. They set up a campus visit, and based on that visit and Sutton's videos and his summer coach's input, Columbia College became the right fit for Sutton. Neither of the boys would have gotten a look from their colleges if their contact with the coaches wasn't put together in a way to make a great first impression. So let's continue playing off John's episode number 50, How to Make a Great First Impression to a College Coach. In John's number 50 episode, he introduces that the Athletic Scholarship Playbook would be coming out soon, and there would be a chapter on this subject. The Athletic Scholarship Playbook is still a great, inexpensive resource for your recruitment. Go to recruit-me.com and click on the Resources tab and get your copy today. Episode number 50 points out that you might be thinking, as you start your journey, or even if you have been on your journey and may have stalled, that you might be thinking, how can I stand out? How can I rise higher on a coach's prospect list? Or how can I let a coach know that I even exist? Just like in your sport, results are usually better if you not only concentrate on doing the action, but how you do the action. Precision will generate more success in both your play and in your recruitment. The Recruit Me tools are designed to save you money, time, and anxiety. The Athletic Scholarship Playbook and the Recruit Me 3.0 Athletic Scholarship System are designed to give you clarity. And as John said in episode 50, clarity in a wild world of recruiting. He said his family needed clarity as they traversed the recruiting world with their twin sons that wanted to play college baseball. The Fuglers' search for clarity came from a lack of recruiting information that they didn't have 20 years ago. Today, with all the internet information available, you may need clarity because of too much information available. John said he attended a recruiting seminar and bought a book from the speaker, and that started to solve their clarity problem. Go to recruit-me.com and take advantage of all the free and inexpensive resources provided. Episode number 50 provided a look into separating yourself from the other recruits by standing out to a college coach, by sending a great introductory email and a player profile. Many high school student athletes just want to play their sport and hope the college coach finds them. The odds of that happening is like filling out a perfect NCAA March Madness bracket. Some high school student athletes take a step and go online and fill out a team's online recruiting questionnaire. Step 4 of the Steps to an Athletic Scholarship, found in the Athletic Scholarship Playbook and the Recruit Me 3.0 Athletic Scholarship System, will teach you to build your own recruiting questionnaire to really make yourself stand out. When you just fill out the team's online recruiting questionnaire, you are just another name and stat in a database of that team's recruits. Very rarely is there a way to make an impression for yourself on an online recruiting questionnaire. If your metrics are so great that you would stand out, then the team probably already knows about you. Parker, my older son, filled out some online questionnaires, and he had these types of numbers and metrics to send. He was a left-handed pitcher, 6 foot tall, 160 pounds, 83-mile-an-hour fastball, 33 ACT score, 4.0 GPA, 8-0 record on the mound his junior year, .86 ERA, and he pitched 3 games under 75 pitches and was named All-Conference and Conference Pitcher of the Year. No calls or contacts came from any online questionnaires for him. His results came from an introductory email and videos. Remember, he didn't have a player profile because we didn't know about Recruit Me then. Now, a few college coaches asked him to fill out their online recruiting questionnaires after he had sent his introductory packet. Your introductory packet, which includes the introductory email and your player profile, is your opportunity to make a memorable impression and not just be another high school student athlete that looks the same and that spends 45 minutes filling out the form just to look like everyone else. Here are some points to get you started in building your introductory email. When I say you, I do mean the student athlete. The student athlete is responsible for writing your own introductory email. Parents can proofread and help on touching it up. The introductory email needs to sound like the kid, but be professional in its layout. The layout and the contents need to be brief. This is not a life story or even a listing of the student athlete's every accomplishment. As stated in episode number 50, coaches are looking at the first contact as a screening. A long introductory email will turn a coach off quickly. The first paragraph is the who, what, where, and when. It is an introduction to yourself and what your intents are. 1 or 2 sentences is all you need. The second paragraph is a quick look at your athletic ability. Tell about 3 or 4 athletic accomplishments and a few impressive stats and metrics. The third paragraph is any personal information. Answer questions about yourself like, why do you enjoy competing in your sport? Write down everything in your heart and then summarize your feelings into 1 or 2 sentences. Show the coach that you are not just talented, but have a heart to stick it out for 4 years. The fourth paragraph is what you are currently doing. Are you in season, off season, or training? Also mention academics and testing. And finally, the fifth paragraph is how would you benefit the team? What abilities, skills, character, or work ethic do you have that will make their team better? These 5 paragraphs can only happen if you have made a school list and have done research on the teams before you send the introductory packet. Go to recruit-me.com and go to the Athletic Scholarship Podcast page. And at the bottom of the page is a column of episodes under the School College List header. Episodes 228, 235, 236, 243, 253, 258, 322, 323, and 345 are all related to building and researching your personal college list. Your list should start out with 20 to 30 colleges at all levels, and it could swell to 50-ish. Then it will probably pare down to 20 or 30 again. You need to cast your net wide, but you also need to cast it smartly. Some other tips on writing your introductory email are to choose your words carefully. Choose words that make a coach want to contact you back. That is your goal, to get a follow-up contact from the college coach, not necessarily an offer yet. Also, tell the truth. If you inflate your stats or accomplishments, you will be found out. And then also be interesting. Do not just list stats and accomplishments. That is what everybody else is doing, and most of the stats and accomplishments are the same or similar to the other recruits. The Athletic Scholarship Playbook and the Recruit Me 3.0 Athletic Scholarship System continue the email writing process by giving examples of each of the 5 paragraphs of the introductory email. The who, what, where, when paragraph, the athletic abilities paragraph, the personal paragraph, and then what you're currently doing section and how you're going to help the program is the final paragraph. Okay, a message to the student athlete. You have to take time to create your own introductory email. Make a model email, and then plug in the correct coach's name and integrate the school's mascot, maybe the school's location, or the conference the team plays in. This shows the coach that you have done some research and care enough to personalize the email to them. Heck, he or she may think they're the only school that you are interested in. Also, allow your parents, a teacher, a mentor to proofread your email. And don't get upset when they try to help you make changes. The cornerstone of Recruit Me are the 7 steps to an athletic scholarship. You can find all 7 steps in the Athletic Scholarship Playbook and the Recruit Me 3.0 scholarship system. Click on the Athletic Scholarship Playbook link below to get your copy for only $13.99 on Amazon. Or click the Recruit Me 3.0 systems link to get the complete manual, workbook, and worksheets for only $39. The 7 steps are detailed in both resources. Here are the 7 steps. Step 1, select the right school to contact. Step 2, write a great email. Step 3, create a one-sheet profile. Step 4, build your own questionnaire. Step 5, track your communications. Step 6, send one-page updates. And Step 7, make your school choice wisely. Please contact me, Brent, at recruit-me.com if you have any questions or comments. Also, like or subscribe to the Athletic Scholarship Podcast on your favorite podcast app and give a 5-star rating and write a 5-star review. Join me next week as I cover the second part of the introductory packet, the player profile. Your personalized introductory emails and your player profile are the dynamic duo that will get a coach to contact you. Listen next Tuesday for another 15 minutes that will change your athletic scholarship future.